So, we've just gotten a couple calls. Is this your child or?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what exactly is going on, but I guess a pilot was concerned about potential trafficking.
Yes, you heard that right. A mom from Florida traveling with her child at an airport outside of Cincinnati says she was stopped, accused of trafficking her own son.
I'm like, no, he's my child. All 36 hours of delivering him. He's my child.
Thanks for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. We all know that human trafficking is a huge, huge problem. It's disturbing that anybody would do that to a child. But what if you're just minding your own business and going through an airport and you're stopped and accused of possibly trafficking your own child? Well, last month, a woman named Mary Brigetta Tomarchio says she was stopped at the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport after police there received a complaint that they believed the boy with Tomarchio was a victim of human trafficking. Here's footage from airport police body cameras.
We've just gotten a couple calls. Is this your child or?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what exactly is going on, but I guess a pilot was concerned about potential trafficking. I don't know if something was said or what he heard. I'm just going based on what
He's my
I was
child.
told. Okay.
I have birth certificates. I have anything you want to know.
Okay. Could I'm sorry if I could just see that if you have that just to verify.
That's crazy. There were 3 people that were helping me because that's all mine right there.
Okay.
I'm Southwest, and people were being so nice that they were carrying all my stuff because he's passed out.
Okay.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we're responding to a call, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what somebody might have heard, but just with
That's so weird.
traveling and whatnot, concerned with that.
I mean, maybe because people were helping. Like, you know what? At least you're doing it because there are so many kids that happens to.
The boy was indeed Tomarchio's son. She said she travels with him all of the time. She discussed the incident on her Instagram page, where she has 50,000 followers.
This is a message for all parents that are single parents traveling, where your child might have a different last name than you, or your child might not look like you. For example, I'm darker complected and my child is blonde haired and light skinned. This is what happened to me on Southwest Airlines. I travel all the time. I've been flying for Southwest for years. My son has been flying since he was 4 months old. I'm a Rapid Rewards member. In fact, I fly so much, I have a companion pass for my child. At the airport, my son passed out, on the flight. It's a late night flight. We get in, I go and get the baggage claim. They break my bag.
Now, Tomarchio says the officers approached her when she went to pick up her rental car.
I'm like, no, he's my child. All 36 hours of delivering him. He's my child. I had him right here at the hospital, local hospital here. And they're like, well, what do you have to prove? After 2 years old, you don't carry a birth certificate anymore. They don't need that, so I don't have that on me. I do have a copy of it inside my Google Drive, but I didn't have any phone service. So I'm like, okay, let me see what I have. Here's my ticket. Here's my son's ticket. And the officer said, oh, he had a ticket. Yeah, he had a ticket. And they looked at each other quite strangely, which I thought was weird. And then they said, well, what else do you have? So I'm going through my wallet, I'm ruffling through my purse, and I'm like, okay, I've got 2 insurance cards, and I have a museum pass because my son has a different last name than me.
So this is a really strange thing, right? You're a mom. You're at an airport traveling alone with your son. What do? Kids don't really carry ID. I have a son, and I don't have ID for him beyond maybe an amusement park pass. Kids don't have driver's licenses or things like that when they're little. Here's more of Tomarchio and that body camera footage.
No, you're all good. I'm not sure what it came from the pilot. I don't know if he heard something or what he had thought.
Maybe because people were like randomly helping me because he was passed out, and I'm like,
Which makes sense, but I don't know what he might have saw. But he just wanted to double check on it.
Yeah, and look, here's his dad's name, Jimmy.
Okay, yeah. Oh, all good, yeah.
Cincinnati Museum.
Everything is covered there. I'm just glad everything's all right and just had to double check on it.
Totally fine. If you need me to, I can wake him up and he can tell you his
Oh, no, you're all good.
I can show you the millions of photos that,
well,
are in my phone.
insurance cards and boarding passes and whatnot.
And if you go on Instagram and look me up, I'm actually well known, and he's all over my Instagram, so.
It was like this whole complete ordeal. And so why am I so upset? Obviously because this happened and it's traumatic, and I'm flying again on Tuesday night, and I'm also like Okay, well, the flight that I'm flying back on, it's the same flight. So am I going to go through this again?
I'll get you back to this episode of Crime Fix in just a minute, but I want to tell you about our sponsor, Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the largest personal injury law firm in the United States. The firm makes it really easy to submit a claim. You can do it in just a matter of clicks on your cell phone. If you ever get hurt, your injury could be worth millions, and taking on a big insurance company is a lot easier when you have a firm like Morgan & Morgan fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan does not settle for lowball offers. Here are a few of the company's recent big verdicts. In Philly, Morgan & Morgan won a $26 million verdict. That was 40 times the highest insurance offer. In Florida, Morgan & Morgan won a $12 million verdict. And in New York, there was a $6.8 million verdict. There are no upfront fees. Submitting a claim is free and easy, and you only pay if you win. So if you'd like to submit a claim, log on to www.forthepeople.com/crimefix or click the link in the description. Now, we reached out to the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport, and I have to tell you, I've traveled there many, many times, never had an issue. An airport spokesperson issued the following statement. When police officers made contact with the individual in question, Ms. Mary Brigetta Tomarchio, she quickly provided documentation for her child that was traveling with her. The encounter was brief and professional, and all parties went amicably on their way. CVG takes reports of human trafficking seriously and works to quickly investigate and resolve any suspected instances of trafficking reported at the airport. So this is really something where you can understand police get a complaint that a child may be being trafficked, so they spring into action because it's an incredibly serious complaint. But you can also understand Brigetta Tomarchio's frustration. What would you do to actually prove that your child is your child? This is what she is suggesting, and she has started a change.org petition that would require IDs for children who have different last names from their parents.
So what can we do for future? What are the steps that you could take? I don't know, maybe step one, ask for my ticket, ask for my son's ticket, ask for my ID. I don't know, do we need to carry our birth certificates now? Is that a new thing that we need to do up until they're 16 years old or something? I mean, what is it that you can do instead of let me just call the TSA cops? Because by the way, I'm also TSA pre-check, okay? So I'm just so blown away right now. I'm scared. We fly every month, sometimes 2-3 times a month. And here I have to fly again in 2 days' time. So Southwest, FAA, y'all need to create some kind of protocol, figure out what those questions are before you call the cops and TSA cops, and put out a press release to the entire public. And then also, especially your frequent flyers, and let us know that protocol. Because I would absolutely comply. If you had asked for my ticket, if you had asked for my ID, if you had asked me a series of questions, I would have answered all of them and give them to you, versus having to be embarrassed and traumatized at the airport of being surrounded by police with their hands on their guns. And like, basically, I feel like a criminal. Like, literally, you assumed I was a criminal trafficking my own son. Not okay. Not okay. So I demand for Southwest to step up and fix this.
Now, Tomarchio also seemed like she might have been insulted because she noted that she's a brunette. Her son has blonde hair, and she even got some highlights recently so they wouldn't look so different. She says she travels to Ohio a couple of times each month with her son so he can visit his father.
Am I profiled now in the airport? Am I profiled with Southwest? Is it because my son doesn't look like me? Is it because we have different last names? What is it? Why? And so this is just, I can't even believe this. This is happening.
For its part, Southwest is denying that its employees even contacted police about Tomarchio. They issued a statement saying, calls made to local authorities appear to have been placed by an individual or individuals who are not affiliated with Southwest Airlines. These are serious allegations, and we appreciate the patience from the customer to allow us to look into these claims.
As I was posting on my Facebook, because I did post on my Facebook, I have found there have been several other friends of mine or people that I knew that went through the same thing because they had dark hair and their niece or nephew or child had a different color hair or was a different last name or whatever it is. So anyone else that has been through this, regardless of the airline, please message me. I really want to be an advocate for those to help create a change, create a protocol. Like, this is what it's about, you know, and to protect our children, because 100% I want to protect kids and I want to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else. But I also want to protect single parents and parents in general flying. It's already a lot to go through, you know, traveling for an entire day of travel with a toddler. It's a lot. And then to throw this on top of it, it's just not okay. So this is my statement.
And that's it for this edition of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you back here next time. Until then, have a great night.